The Australian Ice Hockey League's Gold Coast Blue Tongues have vaulted themselves into the playoff spots weeks out from the final series in the competition. Over the weekend they had a penalty shootout loss in the first game they played of the weekend against the Melbourne Ice, but then on Sunday they picked up a 6-4 win against the Melbourne Mustangs, the new side in the Australian Ice Hockey League for this season. From the Gold Coast, Ross Howell with the Sports Overnight microphone after the match.
Definitely, we came away with the hope to get a few points this weekend. We ended up with 1 point from last night's game and got the 3 points tonight.
Go back to last night, losing in the shootout, take us through it.
Yeah, look, it's always hard losing the shootout. You know, we always put our top scorers up first. It's just unfortunate they couldn't bury and our goalie couldn't save the shots.
What made the difference today?
Just intensity. The guys wanted to work. We'd had a good record against these guys down in Queensland, and we just wanted to back that up and come out and show them that we can still do it down here in Melbourne.
You move yourselves into the playoffs. Tell us what's difficult about playing a team like the Mustangs, a new club this year. You don't know a lot of the formations, don't know a lot of the players. What makes it difficult?
Exactly, just that. You don't know what they're capable of, but for their first season, they've played extremely well this year. They're only going to go up and get better, so we've got to be able to match that. And the future looks good for them. As for us, we've just got to keep plugging away and hopefully get a final spot.
Now, in saying you don't know much about them, there is in-depth knowledge of their goalie from your end. Tell us about that.
Well, obviously the goalie's my brother, so I've got to. I know his weaknesses, and the guys always ask me before the game where to shoot and score goals. And that happens tonight.
So the 6 goals today, fairly evident of that.
Yeah, I think so. We've got a good goal-scoring team when the guys are on their night, and they worked hard for it and found the net tonight.
Your goalkeeper as well, he did well. He dropped his head early on when you guys conceded some goals, but then I think he had 3 in a row good saves on the glove side, so he sort of got his confidence back, man. Yeah,
Lukey he's good at doing that. He can let a couple of easy ones in, and I guess drop his head, but know when to pick his head back up and keep in the game, and he certainly did that for us tonight.
Who's been the toughest side you played this year?
Toughest side, I'd say would have to go to the Ice Dogs. They're just a physical team. It's always hard playing the Ice Dogs. It's going to be a bang and crash game. We took some points off them. Unfortunately to get a forfeit against them because of our rink, but they're always a good solid team and hard to play against.
Melbourne are topping the ladder. There's the other Melbourne team, the Melbourne Ice. What makes them difficult to play against?
They've got 3 solid lines. All their lines can score goals. All their lines can defend well. They've been playing together now for a good period of time, and they're hard to get past. They're hard to get shots on, and they've got a lot of guys that can score points.
Tell us about some of your imported players. Watching them out on the field, on the rink today, they're all sort of very dynamic guys.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're used to playing on the ice that we're playing here tonight. They're very fast in their skates, so give them a bit of room, and they'll do great things with the puck.
Now, as I said, you're into the finals. The side, heartbreaking circumstances last year, just missing the playoffs. Does that spur you on this time?
Yeah, it certainly does. We've still got a hard road into the finals. We play Melbourne Ice 2 times at home. We play Newcastle. We're back up here in 2 weeks to play Melbourne Ice and the Mustangs again. So it's definitely a tough road in for us. As long as we keep winning, we're going to hold that 4th spot and scrape into the finals.
I guess in a way, though, that's what you'd want heading into the finals, isn't it? To play 1 and 2 sort of 4 or 5 times on the run-in, because you'd know you'd be ready to go once you hit there.
Yeah, that's exactly right. If we can't beat Melbourne Ice and Newcastle now, there's no point going into the finals against them. So it's going to be end up being a good schedule for us at the end of the season, playing against those teams.
What's the one thing out of today that you guys think you need to improve on?
Probably just moving the puck a bit quicker and more shots. Probably over the weekend we didn't get as many shots as we'd hoped. But again, if we can move the puck and get pucks on net, we're going to get more goals.
From the Gold Coast Blue Tongues and the Australian Ice Hockey League at the Medibank Ice House, the Melbourne Premier and, from some people say, the nation's premier ice skating rink, Ross Howell from the Gold Coast Blue Tongues talking the Australian Ice Hockey League, his side into the playoff spots with the final series just weeks away, joining us over the weekend on Sports Overnight.